Hello, Danny Enzer here today to talk to you about the X4 that we have coming up in Farmington on the 23rd and the different types of cars that are qualifying or that will qualify to race. They have to have a tube chassis or frame rails like an SCX10. And so today in front of me I have a Wraith and a Yeti, and they're both a 2.2 wheel size, and the differences in these two cars is that one has a brushed motor and one has a brushless motor. So the two different classes, but they look very similar. So what you want to look for is on the motor is either going to be 2 wires coming off of it or 3 wires coming off of it. And so right here, if you look close, you'll see, can you get that? It's hard to see, but there's 3 wires vertically in there coming out, connecting into this speed control. That's not easily seen, but 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it. Can you see inside there?
No.
No.
Right there.
Oh, right there. Tube chassis makes it qualify. Moving on to the 1.9 class. We have a frame rail and a tube chassis. This one's going to be a little bit easier to see. This is my brushed motor, so this will be running in the brushed 1.9 tire class. And this one's not easily seen, but tucked way down inside of there is a brushless motor. Brushless runs a lot faster, brushed is a lot slower, and that's why they're in 2 different classes. And here we have a 2.2 and a 1.9 side by side, so you can see the differences. If you don't have a 1.9 and a 2.2 tire truck at home, the diameter is going to be 1.9 or 2.2 inches on either one of those. So that's how you tell. Alright, well, we wanted to go over a couple of more things regarding knuckle weights and tires and the differences between the Outlaw and the X4 class. So we'll start with the knuckle weights. A big portion of the rule is that if you have an add-on knuckle weight, it will make it an illegal knuckle. So what's the differences? Well, I have here a knuckle made by Deluxe, and the rule states that if you are able to remove the weight and the knuckle will still function, that makes it an illegal knuckle. So I'll demonstrate here. If I remove this top arm and this lower arm, which is essentially removing the weight out of this knuckle, I will end up with three pieces that is basically not a knuckle. That's why it's illegal. And now, this is an add-on weight to a knuckle that I have. And whenever I take this one off, I still have a completely functioning knuckle. And that's why, let me get into the light. And that's why it's an illegal knuckle weight. And so that's a major rule that a lot of people don't understand and have questions on. So that's a little definition of what that is. Okay, now the X4 and the Outlaw class. The only differences are really in the tire modifications and what you can and can't do. The X4 class is a stock tire, no modifications whatsoever, and I'll go into what those modifications are here. We have a cut and shut tire here, which means that the sidewall has been removed from one tire and the tread from another tire has been glued onto it. Cut and shut. And so if you have a tire like that, you won't be able to run it in an X4 class, but you will be able to run it in an Outlaw class. The other thing is removing lugs and making patterns in the lugs. And so I have this crappy tire here. I don't know who makes it or what it is. I'm not even going to talk about that. But we have here an example of what you would do if you were going to remove some treads. I've marked them out with a marker, and I have my handy little scissors here. And we'll go through and just basically pop these off the way that I have them marked. There. That's going to be really hard to see. But that would be an example of creating a tread pattern in your tire. And on the X4 Racing website or the U4 tire purchasing site, you'll see a couple of different patterns out there. A really popular one is the Honey Badger cut. It's a really aggressive pattern in a U4 tire that a lot of people really like. So if you do that, you'll be able to run it in the Outlaw class. Otherwise, you'll be running in the X4 class.